Well, Bill, I appreciate the question. I know you guys have to ask it, but imagine the situation. We're in the situation room where you can't even take your iPod in there, or your AirPods, I guess what they're called. You can't take your iPhone in there. You can't take anything in there because it is the most classified space anywhere in the world. And I sit there with Pete Hegseth and General Kane and Marco Rubio and the entire White House team. So there's been a lot of debate about what exactly our foreign policy should be with regards to Russia and Ukraine. The President of the United States has been very clear. He wants the killing to stop. He wants to get back to commerce. He wants to stop the innocent people who are losing their lives in that conflict. I happen to admire that. You all know that right now we are engaged in a military operation to ensure, as the President has said repeatedly, that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. That is a simple principle and standard. Frankly, every president said that they believed it. Donald J. Trump has taken affirmative steps to ensure that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. Now, but we also know that there are a lot of people from the state of North Carolina who are in harm's way right now. And so I want all of us, when we go home, we leave this event, I want all of us to say a prayer, not just for the North Carolinians, but for the people of all of our 50 states who put on the uniform and are willing to sacrifice for the safety and security and freedom of the United States of America.
What did you advise the President initially as he considered his actions in Iran, and what are you urging him to do now, especially with Americans seeing higher prices at the pump and some of the fallout from that across the economy? Do you express any concerns like those you've expressed in the past on the possibility of these extended wars?
Well, Bill, I appreciate the question. I know you guys have to ask it, but imagine the situation. We're in the situation room where you can't even take your iPod in there, or your AirPods, I guess what they're called. You can't take your iPhone in there. You can't take anything in there because it is the most classified space anywhere in the world. And I sit there with Pete Hegseth and General Kane and Marco Rubio and the entire White House team, and the President and I and the entire senior team are talking about the options and about what we need to do and about how we must best protect the American people. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not going to show up here and in front of God and everybody else tell you exactly what I said in that classified room, partially because I don't want to go to prison, and partially because I think it's important for the President of the United States to be able to talk to his advisors without those advisors running their mouth to the American media. Thank you all. Now that said, one thing I can promise you is that Chris Wright, our great Secretary of Energy, and Scott Bessent, our Secretary of the Treasury, have been running the administration's response to the economic element of this. Because we know, obviously, when the President takes action to make sure the American people are safe, we've got to do everything that we can to deal with the consequences of that economically. And it's not just oil. There's a whole host of things that we're focused on in the administration to try to ensure that we do the right thing by the American people. What the President has said very clearly is that he does not like higher oil prices, and neither do I, but he also believes that we're going to make the American people safer and that we're going to bring those prices at the pump back down to the levels they need to be for the American people. Now, here's the interesting thing. All this conversation happens where Joe Biden left us in a terrible situation, and the reason why gas prices are where they are today is because of Donald Trump's work to get them lower, because in the Biden administration they were crazy high. The gas prices we're seeing today are nothing like what we saw at the peak of the Biden administration because the President has set us up for energy dominance. And one of the lessons we all have to take away, frankly, every time we get involved in anything overseas, whether it's in the Middle East or anywhere else, the thing we got to take away from it is energy dominance and energy independence.
بله همینطوره. ما نگفتیم، حتی رئیسمون هم نگفت مذاکره با آمریکا. ما گفتیم اگر می‌خواهید این بحران، رئیس جمهورمون گفتن، به اتمام برسه، ما شرایطی داریم. ما مثل قبل نیست که همینطور به راحتی مذاکره کنیم. اون شرایط همین است که شما ذکر کردید، یعنی هم متجاوز مشخص بشه، هم جبران خسارات باید انجام بشه و هم صلح پایدار برقرار بشه. من فکر می‌کنم که پاسخ اصلی رو مقامات عالی ایران باید مطرح کنن، ولی اون چیزی که من میفهمم این هست که همین شرایطی که رئیس جمهورمون مشخص کردن و الان شما گفتید و من هم تکرار کردم باید این شرایط رعایت بشود. خب ما کشورهایی که و مردمی که از بالا رفتن قیمت نفت رنج میکشن باید بدونن که این نتیجه تجاوز آمریکا و اسرائیل هست، لذا باید ریشه موضوع رو خوب با دقت درک بکنن و راه حلش اینه که خوی تجاوزگری آمریکا و اسرائیل کنار گذاشته بشه.
Rentetan rudal Iran dan Hizbullah menghantam Zarzir, wilayah utara Palestina yang diduduki oleh Israel. Sedikitnya 33 orang terluka akibat kejadian ini.
Permukiman warga kota di Kav Zarzir, Israel Utara dihantam rentetan rudal Iran dan Hizbullah pada Jumat pagi waktu setempat. Serangan tersebut memicu sirine berulang kali sepanjang malam di seluruh Israel Utara. Sedikitnya 33 orang terluka dalam serangan tersebut. Para petugas tanggap darurat pun langsung berupaya mengevakuasi para korban luka dan dilarikan ke rumah sakit. Menurut Magen David Adom, MDA, seorang wanita mengalami luka sedang setelah terkena pecahan peluru, sementara korban lainnya dilaporkan mengalami luka ringan. Wanita itu dilaporkan dibawa ke pusat medis Rambam di Haifa, sementara yang lain dievakuasi ke pusat medis Haemek dan rumah sakit Italia di Nazaret. Usai mengevakuasi para korban luka, para petugas menyisir lokasi kejadian di mana satu rumah hancur total dan rumah serta mobil di sekitarannya mengalami kerusakan parah. Dinas Pemadam Kebakaran dan Penyelamatan mengatakan 7 regu pemadam kebakaran dikerahkan ke lokasi kejadian setelah sebuah rudal yang dilemparkan menghantam bangunan tempat tinggal, merusak rumah-rumah di sekitarnya dan memicu kebakaran lokal.
Iran kembali meluncurkan rudalnya pada gelombang ke-42. Melibatkan beberapa jenis rudal, Iran menargetkan Tel Aviv dan pangkalan militer Amerika di seluruh wilayah.
Korps Garda Revolusi Islam atau IRGC merilis rekaman yang menunjukkan apa yang mereka sebut dengan gelombang ke-42 peluncuran rudal balistik. Dengan meneriakan takbir, serangan yang merupakan bagian dari operasi True Promise 4 ini melibatkan beberapa jenis rudal, termasuk rudal Emad, rudal Qadar, rudal Kibar Sekan, dan rudal Fatah. IRGC mengumumkan bahwa rudal yang diluncurkan di tengah gelombang serangan baru tersebut menargetkan Tel Aviv serta pangkalan militer Amerika Serikat di seluruh wilayah. Dilakukan dengan slogan Labaik Ya Khamenei, serangan itu memperingati apa yang mereka sebut sebagai para martir Perang Ramadan. Sementara itu, media Israel melaporkan bahwa ledakan besar terdengar di wilayah Tel Aviv Raya setelah sirine serangan udara berbunyi.